It's enough, I think. It's enough, I think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green live stream. I'm your host, Edie Arndell, and this is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Scott Free, right down there.
Hey, everybody. I'm down here.
So we wanted to start a little on the light side because it's a lot of heavy topics to talk about today and give you all a chance to come join us. Feel free to make comments. We got a lot to cover. We may not put them on the show, but we always read them. So y'all can talk amongst yourselves. So Scott, if you want to go ahead and play this. Yeah. Oh, tell them what it is first.
Well, it's just the viral video of all viral videos. It's self-explanatory. It's in Chicago. It's a bike delivery person who says something. I don't know if that gets into the video, but we'll talk later.
Okay.
So anyway, he yelled at the ICE agent saying, "I'm not a U.S. citizen."
Oh, he did? They're like,
that was the viral video of the week. Yeah, it was great. Oh God, it was great.
Well, and that was Benny Hill anymore.
Yeah. And that was Benny Hill music to give credit, which is I hope we don't get in trouble for that part. Oops, I forgot.
Oh, well. It was just a few seconds. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It was a rough week, folks. Rough week in Chicago, that's for sure. Holy shit, rough. Yeah, and we're going to be covering it.
So the next video we have is taken from someone that was there at Broadview that we know, I believe. So it's directly from the streets.
That's assault, you asshole! You fucking Nazi fool! Let them go, you motherfucker! Illinois! The whole world is watching you, motherfucker! The whole world is watching!
So that's at Broadview, which is west of Chicago. And that's the place where they've been taking everybody that they've been arresting this past week. And the numbers, I don't know, it's in the hundreds. I don't know if it's 600, 700 people they've been arresting around the city. It's been a real nightmare. And we've got a description by Kyle Klinsky of what happened on the south side.
Is that next?
So
no, we're talking about Broadview first. It's ICE escalates violence.
Oh, okay.
Broadview.
Yeah.
So it's not just people that aren't citizens, and here legally for the most part. Kyle really goes into it, but not just people that aren't citizens, but also U.S. citizens. Just want to mention that. But yeah, so this is what's going on Broadview right here in Illinois. Let's see.
Article here.
Yeah. So it's not just that either. It's journalists.
The use of tear gas, flashbang grenades, and other weapons against protesters and journalists wrapped up Saturday after Broadview's mayor spoke out against ICE's tactics. 11 people were arrested at the ICE facility, officials say. So yeah, even what's her name? Naomi, no, shoot. She's head of security. She was on the rooftop of Broadview doing an interview with
Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem with the nightmare Benny Johnson, that real scum. So yeah, and they basically are declaring, we don't have that video, but basically they are declaring war on us, war on blue states, war on Antifa, war specifically on us. So yeah, I mean, basically the U.S. government has declared war on, at least here in Illinois, but obviously it's happening in California, It was happening in DC.
Trump declares war on America.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to say.
Right. I mean, that's definitely what's happening.
Yep. All laws are out the window. And in my Facebook post, I said, are you awake now? Like, it's happening right before our eyes. The one tool that we have that we're not using yet is strike, cancel everything, figure out how to work with your neighbors and not buy anything starting ASAP. Just start doing it. Just start looking at your bank account. Where do you spend money that you shouldn't be spending money, that you don't need to be? You know, stop giving money to Apple and Amazon, and you know, the convenience is not worth this. Okay? I know it's easy, but that's not good enough anymore. We're going to have to go out of our way a little bit. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, we're going to cover a little later. Italy did another strike, I think. You know, the big difference, I've said this before on our show, is that these other countries, well, let's say Italy in particular, has a much better union system. Our country has destroyed our unions ever since the 20s and 30s. So we don't have much left in terms of actual union power. The Democratic Party really corrupted the union leaders and have taken them over and made them fairly useless. So the reason that general strikes are so effective in France and Italy is that the unions join in and they shut down transportation systems. So that's a big part of why a general strike really happens. They had one in France October 2nd. Now, I think that was related to their own economic internal issues. I don't think that was a Palestine one, but it was still general strike. It really works because of the unions. So we got to get rid of these horrific union leaders, put in new ones that actually do care about issues and aren't just cover.
That's a yes. And everybody watching, everyone you know, all the people that live here also have their own power to stop participating in the system that is hurting people here and around the world. They're literally, the wolves are at the door. They're in your street. They're in the neighborhood. They're hurting people you know. When are we going to decide enough is enough?
Well, I don't know. I guess this is a segue to a topic I was warning you I was going to talk about.
I want to show.
I mean, you're talking about it. I don't know. If we're talking about tactics, well, we could. I want to show the journalist that was injured by ICE agents.
So this is a guy in Chicago. He was filming, and they shot him in the face on purpose because he was filming.
Yeah, there have been all kinds of reports. Like they see. It looks like chemical agents. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that is not going to come out until much later. But
we have an article on that, don't we?
Oh, do we?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's the one ICE escalates in Broadview. Journalists arrested. Did we just do that one? It's so much. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, we did. We did a Block Club Chicago one that we did.
All right. And then, it must be under that. Oh, I was curious about this picture. I put a picture in the show. We're not sure if we should show it. There's something metal.
I didn't load it up because I thought we decided that we didn't know what it was. I don't know.
Well, it's metal. It was found in Broadview, and I'm pretty sure that the peaceful protesters didn't bring it. It looks like artillery. But yeah. So yeah, ICE fires chemical weapon at reporter.
Okay, hold on.
In Broadview, and I'll go ahead and read it a little bit while you're finding it. So this is from this is a different Block Club Chicago.
Right.
Unprovoked attack. The attack came one day after ICE arrested another working journalist, absolutely unprovoked, the TV News reporter said. My window was open and chemicals went all over my face. Been puking for 2 hours.
Shit. Sorry.
That's okay. Broadview. Police in the West Suburban Broadview are investigating the assault of a local journalist by federal immigration authorities. It was CBS Chicago reporter Asal Razeh said she was at the ICE processing facility in suburban Broadview Sunday morning to report on the scene and was preparing to leave since there were no protesters. That's when a masked ICE agent inside the fencing shot a pepper ball from about 50 feet away, hitting Razai's truck. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, which had its driver's side window down, causing the chemical agents to engulf the inside. An ICE agent took a direct shot at my car today, absolutely unprovoked. My window was open and chemicals went all over my face.
So we're at war, folks.
Yeah. And which amendment does that violate? Let's see. First one. Freedom of the press.
There's probably 5 laws that are being broken simultaneously with that. Shooting paintball, pepper-filled paintball-style pellets at protesters. Yeah.
That was a local Channel 2 reporter. Joe says, "What's up, Joe?" Local Channel 2.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. So they don't want you to see what they're doing. They want you to just keep on keeping on until they come to our door. That's what's going on. And if we don't do something about it, we're not going to be able to do anything about it.
All right. I'm going to share the next video.
Is that the J.B. Pritzker one?
Yes.
So why are state troopers helping ICE? I haven't even seen this yet. I can't wait to see it. I mean, that is the people everybody's counting on. J.B. Pritzker, he's given some BS to Trump, yelling at him and stuff, just like Gavin Newsom, but still not helping us. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I'm not seeing.
We don't have our producer today.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay. You want to take this one, Scott? Hey, GB. Oh, it's a video.
I don't think there's any audio to it.
Oh, I think there's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just showing how they're not stopping. They're not doing anything about the fact that we've been invaded by federal officials. Nothing. They're allowing it to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know why that the state governments aren't just saying, no, you can't do this here.
And
Go ahead and
hold up their arms and say, don't you dare come. No. I mean, that's the thing. They're not. They're allowing it.
Yeah. They're going to take them to court.
Yeah.
So 3 years down the road after who knows how many people have been disappeared.
Right.
I'm sorry. Too little, too late. So our Betty Joe is
Oh, here's okay.
Yeah. So get out there and talk about Green Party. Get out there and talk about what's wrong. Get out there and talk to your friends and your family and your loved ones and your neighbors and try to make them understand that this is not the usual bullshit. This is for real. I mean, I have been reading dystopian things for 30 years. And we're here now.
Yeah, we are definitely here.
Sweeping.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Sweeping ICE raids shake small New York town as dozens remain disappeared. On the morning of September 4th, this is older, but dozens of masked federal agents raided a snack bar factory in a small town of Cato, New York. They claimed there was a violent felon in the plant, but proceeded to siphon off and hold anyone who looked Latinx. At least 69 workers were detained, 57 still in custody or deported, though some say that could be an undercount. There are multiple reports of aggression, knees on necks, blows to heads during the raid. So again, this is just another example of what our government, our U.S. government, is at war with the people of this country. I mean, it's horrific. I want to show the Kyle video.
Yeah.
Because this happened in south side of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was an apartment building, Black Hawk helicopters over it, and they just raided this building to find one person, maybe.
I could have sworn I included.
Now, what does that remind you of? I know what it reminds me of. Oh, we had to bomb this, refugee camp because there was one person there that we didn't like. Sorry, we, collateral damage. We killed everyone, but it's coming, y'all. And we have to use all of our tools. Help us get different people elected long term. That's 2026, 2025, 2026. Go on strike. Stop supporting them. Yeah. I think you got it there, don't you? So this is Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk.
Don't see it.
Got it sent to me by a good friend this morning. She's like, hates to start it out. Start your morning out so with such bad news. I'm like, yeah, I know it's all bad. So I see it.
Could you share it? I don't know.
Yeah, I see it. Add to stage. There we
There
go.
you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Teamwork makes the dream work. Can you make it bigger? There you go.
Complex, and even zip-tied the children together. Quote, they had the black people in one van and the immigrants in another van, said one witness. One agent literally laughed and he said, and I quote, fuck them kids. Trucks and military-style vans were used to separate the children from their parents, destroying neighborhood property in the process. Quote, my building was shaking. Then I looked out the window and it's a Black Hawk helicopter, said another witness. Quote, we're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military. ICE released a statement saying that the raid went smoothly and was, quote, targeted to find gang members at the apartment complex on the south side of Chicago. That is a bald-faced fucking lie. Every single person that was arrested was a U.S. citizen, and it was hundreds of people illegally arrested by these thugs. By the way, why are you even using Black Hawk helicopters and repelling from them? It's like they're playing dress up. They're adults playing dress up and wanting to feel like they're fucking gangsters. Well, guess what? You are. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You certainly are gangsters. You certainly are criminals. You certainly are violating like 100 laws per night. By the way, I haven't even given you the worst part. Ready for this? In this raid, they dragged naked children out of their homes and put them into U-Haul vans. And then they went on to brag about this raid on social media. I kid you not. I kid you not.
The Prophet ﷺ said, he is not...
Here, I'll remove it. So, yeah, that happened to United States citizens.
Yeah.
People that are legally here. So don't think that this can't happen to anyone. Yeah, I'm speechless. To be honest.
Well, I'm going to talk about my idea, which was, and I am a person. This is not endorsed by the Illinois Green Party, but I'm a person that happens to be in the Green Party, and I'm on this show. But I think we at least need to start talking about secession, because we have to take what this presidency and what this administration is doing seriously. They are seriously at war with us. You know, the term civil war gets used in different ways. Of course, the American one, the 1800s is real famous in terms of a split. But they use the term civil war to mean that, as an example, in Ukraine in 2015, the Donetsk and I always pronounce those wrong, Donbass, they voted to become independent. And so when the neo-Nazi government started attacking them, that in the press, it was called a civil war. So that term gets used a lot, but that's what I feel like we are about to, we, on this show, we always talk about, are we in World War III? We may, we're not going to know until after the fact. We're going to cover Venezuela later. Maybe we're in World War III. Well, maybe we are in a civil war, because there is no doubt that this government is attacking us. So I think that at least the discussions need to start. I think about, did the Communist Party and the Socialist Party of the 20s and 30s give us Medicare? No, no, they weren't in office. Technically, no. But their threats gave us Medicare, right? So am I saying secede? No, but we better start fucking talking about it. We better have serious discussions about it because
Well,
we can't take this.
one thing that a lot of people don't realize, the blue states send more money to Washington and get less back than the red states currently,
I know we're jumping
because
around.
they just want to cut everything. And
Why don't we jump around?
basically, well, red states are kind of welfare states, and we are providing them with services. They love to pick on blue states, high taxes. Yeah, I agree. High taxes, property taxes are out of control. I found that out personally. But at the same time,
I'm going
I
out
don't
of
know
order.
about secession. Yeah, yeah. So he's attacking blue states. So
Right.
we should withhold our funds.
Right. Well, that's called actually a soft secession. It's a term.
I would be okay with that one, because logistically we
Again,
can't really
my
separate.
point is talk about it, not make a decision yes or no. Not like
Well-
I'm for it or not. We got to talk about it.
Well, that's what we're doing
Because-
now.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I'm just
Because-
saying logistically.
Well, don't
like-
give up on it so quickly.
I'm
Don't say no
not
so
saying-
quickly.
Scott, listen, I'm not giving up. I'm saying logistically, we're not in the same area. So doing a soft secession of keeping our money would benefit the people in the States.
Right, but that's not going to change the fact that we are being helicopter invaded, and our people are being dragged out of homes and thrown into vans and disappeared. But
And
withholding of money isn't going to stop any of that, right? That's what, right?
that's part of it. I mean, I think we have to fight on all fronts. This is what I've been saying. Use all the tools in the box. That's one tool to stop the funding of the things that we don't like. The other tool is to replace these assholes that aren't doing anything to protect the citizens that live here.
And the other is they've already declared war on us.
Mhm.
I say fight back. I say fight back, but do it in the proper setting. We are not part of that government. We should
Mhm.
not be part of that government.
Yeah, why is our Illinois government not actually fighting back?
Right.
They're picking up American citizens. They're
Right.
terrorizing entire apartment buildings. They're kidnapping children. Somebody in here, Lizzie of the Earth, says indiscriminately abducting children in their PJs while they were naked, etc. Reporting child abuse to child services. Every person filed report for child endangerment, protection of the children, responsibility of all adults. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, I just think we are so completely overwhelmed by the attacks on us right now. I mean, completely overwhelmed. And so every tool in the toolbox, we got to talk about these things. Oh, Pitchfork is coming is back. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, we're, and again, yes, the Democrats actually it was a person running for U.S. Congress. Remember the picture of the video of the person at Broadview being thrown into the air? That was one of the she's running for U.S. Congress actually as a Democrat. But again, and good for her, she was on talking about it. She's in a party that increased ICE funding. Right. I always have to come back to that. It's like,
It's like a bad joke.
it's great that you're running, but you're running as a Democrat. Understand the group that you are running with, right?
Mhm.
Now, I bring that up that
Running.
now there's been a tenfold increase in the ICE budget. So if you guys think it's bad now, they haven't even enacted the tenfold increase in budget. They're offering $50,000 bonuses to these thugs.
Well,
$50,000 bonuses.
Well, it looks like did you take away the Kyle video? I know we kind of just did a little bit of that, but he was talking about this man that was picked up twice, I think in Georgia. Don't quote me on that part. He is a U.S. citizen. ICE picked him up twice. So he's suing them for like $50 billion.
Okay.
to
I
try
didn't
to
know.
just defund them.
I didn't know where to make cuts, but I can just put them back and continue the video.
If you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think Kyle did a good job.
Yeah, I haven't seen it past the beginning, so let me
Yeah.
give it a shot here.
I don't know where it is though. So sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Zip-tied naked children and put them in a U-Haul van and were posting videos and bragging about it. And all of these people are U.S. citizens. Understand something. Rule of law is gone. It's over. It's dead. There are no more checks and balances. None.
Exactly.
None. They're gone.
Yep.
If they can do this to these people, they can do it to literally any of us. Because when people
Already.
say, hey, I'm an American citizen, they go, shut the fuck up. I don't care.
Right.
We're going to lock you up. Maybe we'll lock you up for a week. You can go right to shut the fuck upsville. Not interested in what you're saying.
Yep.
Telling you, man, new Nuremberg trials is what we need.
Well.
New Nuremberg trials.
General strike.
And all these people need to be locked up. And if that doesn't happen, then again, we live in a completely and utterly lawless time, and we've evolved not at all, not even the tiniest bit, from the fucking dark ages. All right, I'm still not done. So listen to this. ICE stopped a family at gunpoint and then smashed the car window on top of their newborn baby.
Oh, my God.
Quote, I was screaming that there was a baby, but they didn't care, cried the mother. Quote, I covered my baby with my body. I was so scared he was going to be hurt because glass was landing on him. She is heard on video repeatedly asking to see the signed warrant. An agent flippantly responds, quote, it's at the office. Under a 2020 Colorado law, ICE is not allowed to arrest people going to or from a courthouse, which is exactly where the family was coming from. Maya England has still yet to be shown a warrant or even given a reason for her husband's arrest. Jose Aguilera is currently being detained at an ICE facility in Aurora, Colorado. Smashing glass over the top of a newborn baby's head and then lying about,
this.
oh yeah, I have a warrant. No, the fuck you don't. No, none of you have any fucking warrant.
No.
You happy, Stephen Miller? Remember, Stephen Miller berated ICE agents and said, why are you going after criminals? Why are you going after drug cartels? Why are you going after child traffickers? No. Put all that shit down and go straight to the Home Depot, straight to the Lowe's, and start picking up the day laborers.
Right.
Right? And now we live in a country where anybody and everybody can be targeted at a moment's notice by these thugs who are completely and utterly lawless. It's truly, truly grotesque. All right, now, let's talk a little bit here about foreign policy, too. So,
Should
This tiny muscle is the reason behind double
I usually take it
chins
down
and
so-
sagging jawlines. Fix it.
we'll take it down for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I forgot even why we put it back up now.
Well, he didn't get to a
Because-
story that you
because I
talked
feel
about.
this-
A person arrested twice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I
think
haven't
that's
watched
next.
it. Well,
Yeah. And what are the Democrats doing about it?
well,
Fuck all is what they're doing. Oh, we're gonna sue. We're gonna talk to them. We're gonna be in the same room with them. You know, he does later on talk about, you know, Trump brought into a meeting with Hakeem Jeffries and I think Chuck Schumer, Trump 2028 hats. As soon as they saw that, they should have got up and walked out. They should have got up and walked out.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I got
again,
further in the video than you did, but
okay. No, I mean, again, it just points to stronger actions are needed. Because, right, I mean, there is no doubt that, you know, right, he is trying to definitely take over the country and also destroy it.
mhm.
Yeah, there you go, Joe. From the very green trees. I know that, you know, we've discussed it before, is that they put career too much into it still. I don't think that they know a D next to their name guarantees them votes, right? So they know they're taking that path because, you know, they want to be rich and famous in there,
Or at
you know,
least comfortable.
as they think they're going to do good stuff. But guess what? The group they're with
You
does
never-
not want that.
You never get to do it. Do we have universal health care yet?
No.
No.
I remember
Do we have
back-
a raise in the minimum wage yet? No.
No, we had Kamala, you know, versus the parliamentarian. Guess who won? The
Parliamentarian.
that no one's
Don't
ever
even know
seen
their name.
before. They've never seen this person. I don't know if this person exists, but they did for one day. So that's what you get with Democrats. That's what
probably
you get.
somebody in the basement in a
Right.
corner, like
Right.
corner of the basement in an office going, "Oh, you can't do that." Guess what the
We
Republicans
saw the
and
movie
Trump are doing.
in the
They're like,
basement.
parliamentarian, fire him. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have the. That is true. The Republicans said no way. I don't remember the details, and it was years ago. But absolutely, the Republicans said parliamentarian, please. They just overruled it.
And that's
Not the
my issue.
Democrats.
Yeah, that's my issue with the Democrats. They keep playing nice. Time for playing nice passed freaking 10 years ago.
They play
And
nice.
they enable.
Right. They enable, but they also play nice as an excuse.
Mhm.
As an excuse. That's their way out of actually doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So attacking reporters. I mean, just think about the Constitution and go look at the Bill of Rights. How many of them are being broken right now? I've been saying for a long time that it's just a piece of paper unless it's enforced. Well, now we have a useless piece of paper because it's not protecting us. Isn't that un-American? Shouldn't we charge Trump with being un-American?
Well, they certainly, in the later video, I think
You can
Ralph
keep playing
Nader.
No.
No, I just, neither of us have seen what's happening next, so I don't think that's a great idea to keep playing.
Okay.
Unless, well, it's up to you.
It's stuck on a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can finish that.
Well. Yeah. There he is.
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to keep going on that one, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's do a little longer.
All right. Okay. I got it ready.
I feel like he's got the right
Trump has sent 10 warships to the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela.
Oh,
There's
here we go.
6,500 U.S. troops that are now stationed there. There's also special ops there. You have the Venezuelan government coming out a week or two ago and basically saying, we think the U.S. is going to do a false flag and blame us and then try to topple our government. So they're telling you that beforehand. So if it happens, they go say, look, hey, we warned you, we told you, and it's fucking happening, right? Okay, ready? Well, the Trump regime just decided to bomb a fourth dinghy fishing boat. They killed 4 more innocent civilians. This just happened today. So they bombed another boat off the coast of Venezuela. This is a war crime. This is totally against international law, completely and utterly un-American and despicable. And they did it again. So now I believe the total number of civilians is about 21 that have been killed. 21 Venezuelan fishermen that have been killed illegally by the U.S. Now, look, I'll put this very simple point to you, right? Imagine the roles were reversed. Imagine Venezuela they bombed 4 different fishing boats off the coast of Florida and killed 21 American citizens. What would our reaction be? What would our reaction be if you had Iran kill 21 U.S. citizens by bombing 4 fishing boats off the coast of New England?
Yep.
What would our reaction be?
Right.
I think I know, and I think you know.
Right.
I think you know if you're being honest with yourself. But we do it, and then they go, everybody shut the fuck up. We don't care. We do what we want. We don't care about U.S. law. We don't care about international law. We are above the law, which means Trump and Hegseth and the rest of these goons are saying, yeah, we look at international law the same way the Nazi regime looked at international law, which shouldn't be surprising from the same people who are arming and funding a genocide, the same people that bomb Yemen and bomb Somalia and bombed Iran and are threatening Mexico and threatening Greenland and are threatening Panama. All right, but I'm not done. So, according to the New York Times, President Trump told Congress in a confidential notice a day before the bombing of the new fishing boat that he decided the U.S. was in an armed conflict with certain drug cartels. Oh, really? I love when, so in other words, he put into writing the fact that he was going to violate the Constitution. He put into writing the fact that he was doing something wildly illegal. The way it works is Congress needs to approve any new war. Because we don't want to have a fucking emperor who's psychotic, who can make a decision on his own and have no checks and balances. So he put down in writing, I decided to start a new war. By the way, what happened to, the pro-peace ticket? Oh, I stopped 7 wars. I stopped 8 wars. I stopped 9 wars. He changes it based on the week. But here he is like, let's do a new war.
Yeah. And I love everything he's saying. I just got to qualify the last one. The exact same stuff happens with the Democratic leaders. Obama started them. Biden started them. So that is not uniquely Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
To start wars is
went to put
not
this up.
uniquely Trump.
By Lewis Gordon on 3/11/16, Chicagoans shut down Trump rally.
I remember that. Yeah.
3/12/16, Democrats of Illinois all stood side by side and condemned people for shutting down a fascist rally. Now, 9 years later, look at the country.
I don't remember that, but thank you for adding that. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah. I do remember when they shut that one down. That was pretty good. Yeah. But
Oh, Joe. All this disturbing anti-establishment from a dude wearing a Nike tee, just saying.
yeah, the problem with Kyle is come voting time, he suddenly can change his views. Whoo, boy, can he change his views?
They
So
still think the Democrats are going to save us.
yeah. So that's where it becomes a problem.
The
But
verdict
no,
is in.
yeah, and no, I mean absolutely that. Yeah, we're about to go to war with Venezuela, folks. All of the ships are over there ready to go. So it'll be within days. It'll be within days. So it's just horrific.
And, Congress hasn't declared war since World War II.
Right.
We had the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Iraq War, Afghanistan War. We bombed Iran recently.
Yeah.
We bombed them. They never bombed us.
Yeah.
They haven't bombed anybody in 100 years. They haven't never attacked anyone. Anyway.
And in 3 days is the 2-year anniversary of Biden's 15-month genocide and Trump's 9-month. Do the math. Is that right? So 2 years of both parties committing genocide. So.
Yeah. And here's something, So I do the emails for the Green Party, and my new thing is we got to draw the line. Where's your line? And if you can't see the similarities between Trump and Netanyahu, you're not looking very hard. That's the way Nazis work. Like, you have this weak party that says all the right things but does nothing. And then a strong man comes in, he takes over, he demolishes them, and then it's one party rule, and the people will suffer. Where are you going to draw the line? Everything that happened in Gaza, all that stuff that led up to that point are happening here right now. And if you can't see it, I don't know where you're looking. That's all I got. I'm so frustrated with people that are continuing life as normal.
And I just saw a No Kings rally coming up, and the ad, I think it was in Wisconsin or something, but their theme was to wear straw hats. And I'm like, yeah, that's a real great
The theme should be everybody that shows up should immediately go on strike and stay on strike until this is over.
Yeah, they don't push that with the No Kings. They don't push too much with the No Kings stuff, that's for sure.
Indivisible, if you hear me,
no,
that should be in your platform. That should be your ask.
No, because they're Democratic Party. They're not gonna tip the boat at all.
I mean, they had 5 million people to come out. It only takes 7 to shut down the country. There's enough people. If you went to a No Kings last time, you should immediately go on strike. Stop going to work. Stop participating. Don't buy from any major corporation. Cancel everything you can think of and start buying from local shops, talking to your neighbors, go to farmers markets and buy locally. Just pull your money out completely. Cancel it. Not kidding. Go open your bank account right now. Look at it.
Give the money to
anything
me.
That's corporate, and then give that money to the corporate.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Oh no, I'm just so mad. Like, this is our tool, and we're not using it. I get it. France and Italy, they didn't get their unions devastated. And by the way, Bill Clinton did that. Democrats used to support unions, and then they decided they like banks better. Why? Because they have more money, right?
Yeah.
Screw helping people. You know what I mean? I want to go where the money is. I can make, fat stacks, whatever. I don't know. I'm very annoyed. But I'm going to go to the No Kings and talk to people because that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
If I have to go 2 hours early and just hang out there, I'm going to.
No, I want folks to start talking in terms of blue state secession, but I'm not stopping what we're doing. Right.
Mhm.
I mean, things are really bad, and maybe I'll have to go join some militia and I'll say bye to the green live stream. But in the meantime, no, I mean, I'm still working in the realm of electoral politics because I do think if we are successful, that's a revolution in itself. I mean, it's not a fast one, and I don't know if we're gonna have time. We'll see. We'll see. Things are getting really bad, really fast. But no. I'm not stopping the route that we've decided.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it as like, immediate actions, midterm actions, and long term, right? We have these goals. Right now, everyone listening, everyone in the country can just stop participating. I know it was easier to do, but the Jimmy Kimmel thing, people did it because it was easy, but they also flexed their muscle. And within a week, things changed. So can you imagine if everybody just stayed home? Pretend like it's COVID. You can't go out. I'm allergic to fascism.
Yeah, there you go.
I might catch some fascism if I go out of my house.
I need a fascism vaccine.
Well,
but not a Pfizer one. Not a Pfizer one.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll move on. Well, we're already at 12:43.
Do we want to do the Ralph Nader, Chris Hedges? Well, I think that we covered.
Okay. Yeah. And Kyle covered the
Venezuelan right
vote. Yeah, we can play a little of that because they're defining how bad it is, and that the Dems won't fight back. Go ahead, 308 to 558.
Oh crap!
Or longer if you
I'm
want.
so sorry.
That's okay. Like I said, our producer wasn't feeling well today, so we miss you.
What? What's the time? Okay, 308. All right.
308. Mm-hmm. As soon as I see it, I'll put it up for you.
Okay.
Don't see it yet.
There we go.
Okay. I'll put it up and you make it big, right?
Right.
Okay. So this
even
is Ralph
the
Nader.
election of Trump.
Chris, I have to bicker with you. Stop using the word authoritarianism to describe Trump's fascist dictatorship, which means every state, every criteria of dictatorship moving into a police state with only terror to look forward to. He has violated every law that would obstruct him. He's defied judicial decisions. He has ignored congressional exclusive authority over spending and declaration of war and other authorities under the Constitution. There's almost no impeachable offense that he has not committed. We have drafted over 23 impeachable articles, and we're talking impeachment now and removal from office. That's the only thing left under the Constitution that he has not ravaged and been able to control. He has turned the Justice Department into a crooked, illegal persecutor of innocent people.
You can reverse the trailer, wire a fuse box, catch a foul ball without spilling your...
He is self-enriching himself and his cohorts using the office of the White House. He lies seriously and violently, turning realities into fantasies. He is basically laying the groundwork with tariffs and other policies that are going to increase prices to the American people, which has already started. Unemployment is increasing. People are having a hard time finding new jobs, and they're having a very hard time in terms of housing and other necessities of life to protect and nurture their families. So you have all the criteria: repression of free speech, cracking down on dissent, kidnapping people with masked ICE agents, including some people who have green cards, and some they stumbled over people who are actually American citizens, throwing into dungeon concentration camps. They're called detention centers by liberals as well as right-wingers. So the second thing is, in addition to dropping the word authoritarianism, is to show that the Democrats they don't have a party per se. They contract out their campaigns, their fundraising, their strategies, their tactics, their choice of schedules and traveling to corporate conflicted consulting firms, which have been immune from investigation by the Washington Post, New York Times, and Wall Street Journal for years. And I have talked to all the reporters, and I said, you're missing a big story. This is the only party we have that can save the Republic from the ravages of what J.D. Vance in 2016, before he turned.
I wanted to stop there. I did go, full confession to folks. He didn't want to cover that part, but I wanted to, because I think it's really important to understand, where Ralph Nader is. He's giving great commentary. And it's all of it is absolutely true, except when he goes that that's the party that's going to help us. I don't know what dream world he lives in. And I also, as I told Edie I was going to do, I'm going to compare him to Jill Stein. So Jill Stein, okay, Ralph Nader was really brave. He ran with the Green Party. He did really, really well. And he was trying to change our country. And he got completely slaughtered in the press for years and years and years after. Slaughtered. Well, now he won't stand up for the Green Party too much, not enough. He did not endorse Jill Stein. In fact, he supported in 2023 Biden's reelection. At the time, he had said, this was covered in The Hill. At the time, he had said, I like Cornel West, who at the time was the Green Party candidate, but they don't have a chance, and so I'm supporting Biden. So, now I'm going to compare that to Jill Stein. So Jill Stein ran in 2016. She did really well. She was slaughtered in the press for years. It's 2024. Cornel West is the choice for the Green Party. Well, for a while. Then he drops out. Jill Stein runs so that we would have a viable candidate running for the Green Party. So that's the difference between the two. He decided, I'm getting slaughtered too much. I'm not going to really support the Green Party anymore. I'll be nice. But versus Jill Stein, who is still supporting the Green Party. And the reason that Edie and I are here actively working with the Illinois Green Party, without a doubt, is because of Jill Stein's campaign of 2024. That's why we're here. Mm-hmm. So I just, aside from all the commentary that he's saying is correct, and he really does say some brutal stuff later, which we're going to show.
Yeah, well, I wanted to comment a little. I was going to leave that out mostly because I didn't want to make Scott mad on air. However, I do get the logic. I disagree with the logic.
Wage to at least $15.
Hang on.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
These are the people in power right now that could be fighting back and are not.
He said the only.
I know, not only, but I'm like, yeah, they are there right now. They could be fighting for us and they're not. And this is the thing that people need to understand. We're not there yet. You get us there and we're not going to get bought. They're bought off. They're worried about their career. They're worried about, what they're going to do after their career. How do you go into a job that just makes a few $100,000 a year and walk out a millionaire? That's the part I disagree. Ralph has done amazing work his whole life, but I disagree with him on this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you look down the bottom,
and why we hate Bernie Sanders so much, his comment on why didn't he break in 2016 and run independent or with the Green Party, his comment was, I didn't want to be like Ralph Nader. So
Yeah.
he didn't want to ever stand up.
They're
Bernie
not
Sanders.
challenging the people that are hurting us. They won't challenge them. I
Right.
don't know how else to say it. They will not do it. It's up to us now.
At least Ralph did it in his past, in his history.
He did. I'm saying the Democrats.
Yes, I'm
People that
just
people are-
adding. I'm
Yeah.
just adding to it.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, go ahead.
So let's see. Then you have 1538. Hold on. It'll probably run a commercial. It hates when you skip.
Impeachable crime, clearly.
Oh yeah, there was a little before that I did like.
Do. He's going after the press. He's extorting them. He's going after universities. This is technically extortion. When you say you're going to cut off funds, or you're going to block law firms from representing clients by not letting them into federal buildings, that's the perfect definition of extortion. That's a serious crime, impeachable crime, clearly. It's not only his repression, Chris. Who's he leaving alone, and who is he cutting funds for? Cutting funds for FEMA with approaching hurricanes. He's cutting funds that warn on weather patterns. He's cutting funds that warn on pandemics. He's cutting funds that warn on global warming catastrophes. He's cutting the funds of Head Start, which Republicans and Democrats have supported, cutting the funds on Meals on Wheels, cutting the funds on Medicaid. All these affect Trump voters as well. They're not coming to their senses and turning against him in fast enough numbers. His polls are dropping, but not fast enough because he's betrayed them. But it's not just all of that you've written and talked about, Chris: repression, violence, defamation, incarceration, unemploying people, firing them illegally. 300,000 have left the federal civil service since January 20. Some of them were retirements, but most were pushed out. Closing down scientific research, NIH and CDC. But who's he leaving alone? And this is the definition of fascism, or the corporate state. He's leaving alone hundreds of billions of dollars of corporate handouts, giveaways, subsidies, bailouts a year. He's leaving alone, along with Musk, all the corporate crooks that are bleeding federal programs like Medicare, 60 billion fraud a year, billion with a B. Medicaid, heavy tens of billions of dollars by the vendors, by the people who the companies who sell or who are contracted out to administer programs like the inflated Medicare Disadvantage program, poking a huge hole in Medicare and with deceptive ads that are not prosecuted by the Federal Trade Commission. And of course,
I want to just comment on that right there, because I got issues with that. Yeah, I see those commercials all the time where they don't tell the public that Medicare Advantage is private and it's not Medicare, and it takes away your Medicare. That is horrible. That was happening with the Democrats too. They could have stopped it when they were in power. They did not. Those commercials have been running for years. And that was the other thing I wanted to talk about, the government shutdown. So, Trump's plan is kind of to destroy the government, right? And so that he's got this perfect opportunity. He's bragging about it. The House has now gone out of session, I can't remember what it's called, until October 13th. So they're not going to be negotiating to try to get the country back, the government back running. And he's got that Russ Voigt guy, whatever his name is, whose goal, they have video of him saying that he wants government employees to feel traumatized. He actually says that he wants to threaten their jobs or get rid of them, but to make them feel traumatized, and that he gets great joy out of that. So now that's who Trump has put in charge during this shutdown to start firing departments and employees. And he really wants to collapse this government, folks. He really does. And the thing, and again, I'm going to point out the Democrats sure, what they're fighting for sounds good because the Obamacare financial assistance that you get is expiring. And the thing is in 2025. And that's really important. I used to be on Obamacare. There is no way that I could afford Obamacare if I wasn't getting that subsidy from our government. Now, unfortunately, they tax us for that. Jesus fucking Christ. But so that's ending. Well, the Democrats were in power from 2020 to 2024. They had majorities 20 to 22. Why didn't they extend it? They knew that there'd be an election. They had the power and they didn't do it.
I know why.
Go ahead.
So they can run on it.
Yeah, right.
They allow the Republicans to take things away from us.
Yeah.
And they're constantly playing defense. So we keep losing things. And they keep saying, oh, but elect us and we'll give you this part back. But we won't go there where you want us to do what we've been demanding for, 10 years now.
This is how procrastination. Oh, sorry.
Oh, and yeah. That's funny. They want to ban porn. I did hear that too.
I'm so sorry about this, folks. I'm going to take it down for a second.
Yeah.
And then if you
got it, or you want me to do it?
If you could do it, and then I'll get it set up for the next section.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think Joe might have misunderstood us a little bit, but I love Ralph. I really do. But he did, endorse Biden. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And gives Dems way too much credit. They're not going to fight for us. I think, he worked with those people and he did a lot of amazing work before he ran for president. But as soon as he went partisan, they're like, and they've been trying to cut it off ever since he did that. So part of him is probably still believing that maybe you can work with them, but we know better. I mean, they're constantly on defense and they don't really fight that hard. They don't care if we lose our health care. They don't care if we don't have a living wage. They don't care if we have a roof over our heads. They don't care if ICE comes, picks us up from our homes. They don't care.
Yeah.
You got it ready?
Okay. Yeah, the last section. Here we go.
Okay.
In the White House first term. So the Democrats have hundreds of more impeachable offenses, and they're not one-time events like Watergate. They are continually impeachable. He brags about it openly. He boasts about it. He indicts himself every day. And the Democrats on Capitol Hill are telling us, now is not the time for impeachment. Now is not the time. When is the time, Jamie Raskin? When is the time, Adam Schiff? When is the time, Schumer? When is the time, Jeffries? After he's prosecuted you with rump prosecutors for crimes and got you before a grand jury? Is that what you're waiting for? Have you ever seen a more craven, corrupt, cowardly party in American history, Chris?
No.
Yeah. I know. That was the best line of that episode. And I wanted to add one other thing, if I remember it, is that, when it was time for an impeachable offense against Trump by the Democrats? When he blocked bombs for Ukraine. That's when they did the impeachment, folks. He was stopping the bombs going to Ukraine. Boom, they got in there and tried to impeach him.
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, they had a reason, okay, a phone call and blah, 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 whatever. I mean, again, go ahead, because I know you got a lot to say about the impeachable offenses.
When it was time to impeach Trump, as soon as he took office in 2016, because of the emoluments clause was said, you cannot make money from your office.
Yep.
He, from the minute he was sworn in, started making money from his office. They should have started to either make him, stop. He should have stopped before he was ever sworn in. You can't do this. Right. So as soon as this is done, impeach. They didn't. Why did they not do that? Why did they not do that? Because they're all making money.
Right.
They're all making money.
Insiders, stock trading. Yep.
Nancy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all of them. I'm so frustrated and exhausted by these people. I'm like, it's always about the money. And
Okay.
speaking of being the money, yeah,
Thank you, Kimmy. Yeah,
yeah.
they never do. Never. The career, that's the
So
one thing they hold on to. That's for sure.
yeah, because they want to be okay. They
Yeah.
don't care if you're okay. They need to make sure they're okay. So you want that to change. You got to get regular working class people in office to be the stopgap, and eventually we'll take it over. We have to get it back. So Green Party is the third largest party in the country now. We were on the ballot for 95% of the country in 2024. Jill and Butch ran an amazing campaign. Butch is fighting in California to try to be the governor there, and they won't even let him on the damn stage. They're so scared of him, and they should be.
Yeah.
They won't even let him debate them. The unions. This is what Scott was talking about. The unions, the leadership. They don't care about their members. But there's a QR code up on the top of your screen. Please, please, please donate to us, because we are going to fight here in Illinois. You know, to get people on the ballot and to get people elected, so we can fight things like ICE. So we can get in there and figure out what lever do we move to fight back. What can we do as legislators to fight back?
Since you talked about ICE again, I want to bring up the one Homeland Security bragging about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bragging about them just throwing people around and so let me do a share screen.
I was just going to say, please donate what you can. Just scan that QR or go to ilgp.org/donate. I'll put it in the comments.
This doesn't have audio, but it just shows. So this is Homeland Security on their own website, and it says, "Dear Antifa, we are just getting started." So they are bragging about this. This is not a video of a protester saying, "Oh my God, look how horrible they're treating us." This is Homeland Security bragging about how they are attacking this person, dragging them.
Oh my God.
This is them bragging. So that's what we're up against, folks. Yeah, as Amber Speaks Up says, this is unhinged, coming from an official government account. We are at war, folks.
I do want to say the reason they do this, and how is this any different than the IDF going into a home and just filming their stuff? I don't see it as any different. And people have been killed too here.
Oh yeah. No, I think
it is the reason they're posting it. It's a fear campaign to keep you scared in your house, So I want you to stay in your house and not go to work and not shop, but out of a big FU. Like, how you like me now?
I don't remember if I'd mentioned it, but ICE did a traffic stop in Chicago and pulled over a guy, and he tried to escape by driving away, and they shot him and killed him. And they said that he ran over an ICE agent. Complete lie. The video came out later, the body cam footage. No, not even he didn't run over anybody. It was a complete lie.
Well, and the Black community has been dealing with this for a very, very, very long time. So welcome to America. We didn't fix the cancer then, and now it's spreading.
Yeah, Butch did a tweet. We don't have it here, but he said, this has been, the Black community has experienced this. And he was talking about the ICE raid of bringing the helicopters down on the South Side apartment building. And he talked about MOVE in the 1970s, where they bombed a building in Philadelphia because it was radical African Americans. Bombed the building and killed, I think, 7 people. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to go back a little further, we put Japanese in internment camps just because they were Japanese. We did forced labor of Chinese people to build our railroads. We slaughtered indigenous people and put them in concentration camps, and they still are there.
Yeah.
Just to found this country. So we have a long, bloody, horrible history. And we have a lot of really good people that live here. We just aren't in power. So we got to take our power back. you know, if we ever even had it. But yeah, this is not okay. What did you want to do next?
Yeah, it's up to you. Because it is over an hour, but we there's things here. Whichever one you want to bring up is fine. I
Well,
did want to talk about how all of the countries that had ships on the I can bring up that one graphic. All of the countries that said that they were going to help the flotilla all backed out. They, all the military ships came away. Spain didn't help. Italy didn't help. Greece didn't help at all. None of them are brave enough. It was a cute little publicity thing, but they didn't stay. They didn't stay when the flotilla needed help.
Well, before we move on, I did see that we don't have to put it up, but Apple pulls the Ice Block app. We are allowed to do that in this country. And Apple pulled it, which was warning people where ICE was, so they didn't get unjustly arrested for doing nothing.
Right.
But yeah, I did hear that Spain is actually blocking weapons from going to Israel. So the deal was all these countries came in. Do we have this graphic anywhere? Yeah, right here. All these countries came in and protected the flotilla while they were going through international waters. Well, international law says they could have continued, but they didn't.
Yeah. So again, the only brave country is Yemen. That's just the reality. They're the only brave country. They've been bombing. They bombed a Dutch. I don't have the details, but no, they are actively bombing to try to fight Israel's genocide. They're the only ones. Although Colombia president, we can cover that. He did call he wants volunteer registries to go fight for the liberation of Palestine. So he wants to put together an army. He said that he would fight himself. We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, it's a great, that's what we need. We need folks,
Yeah. And the president of Indonesia said so as well. I watched that on a UN speech.
Okay.
The global south gets it because the global north has been taking advantage and invading them and overthrowing their governments and hurting their people and destroying their environment
Venezuela
for a very, very long time. And now that's why we're attacking Venezuela. Didn't you say that Trump said, I just want their oil?
Right. Oh yeah. No, the first time around, that's what he admitted. And that's what it is now. And the first time around is, because Maduro is, he's a dictator. It's not a democracy there. That this time they're not even trying that way. It's drug cartels. So that's who that's their excuse this time is drug cartels. I mean, and there was a woman that came forward. I think one of the first boats and said that was her husband. On one of those boats, and he was a fisherman, and she just said he never came back. And but I think she identified the boat that he was on. Yeah. So we're slaughtering Venezuelan fishermen, and even if somebody had drugs, it's not. We don't have jurisdiction to go murdering people. It's sick. It's absolutely sick.
Well, this might be some old news to people. And if you're wondering about our graphic, that was James Carville with the red eyes. I remember him from when Bill Clinton was running, and he was famous for saying, it's the economy, stupid. It is the economy. It's also the genocide, stupid. Yeah. Everything they did there is what's wrong with what's going on here. It's the same people doing the same thing. Different tactics, different spaces, Oh yeah, you're gonna put it up. Yeah. That's James Carville.
Yeah.
And fascism American style.
Yeah. It certainly is, isn't it? I mean, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Well, tons of people, this is a little bit of old news, but tons of people protested in New York whenever Netanyahu went to speak at the UN General Assembly. And people just walked out. He had hardly anyone left. It was probably United States, Israel, and a couple of lackeys. Just a handful of people stayed. But he was boasting of crippling Hezbollah, which hurt children, by the way. You know, these are civilians. They bomb people with pagers. And it's that complete disrespect for life and, you know, sovereignty of countries and the law of the land or international law. They don't care about any of that. And Trump is doing the same crap.
I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Bye, Felicia.
Order, please. Ladies and gentlemen, order. Order, please.
So that's the General Assembly. They could vote to kick out Israel. They could vote to send a UN peacekeeping force to make sure that Palestine gets aid, that Gaza gets aid. They haven't done it yet. Right. And this is something, I don't know if you want to play the Roger Waters. Roger Waters endorsed Jill Stein, by the way.
Yay.
Yay. I know he rambles. He's a sweet guy.
He does.
But
he's great.
But I think he's as brokenhearted as I am. Like when I hear him talk, I feel it, you know?
See if I can.
Yeah. So they're talking about Brian Eno and Roger Waters calling on the United Nations General Assembly to go around the United States and pass the resolution uniting for peace so they can send peacekeeping forces to protect Gaza.
Saturday afternoon. Yesterday I was in New York. I was demonstrating in the streets alongside my friend Gustavo Petro, who happens to be the president of Colombia, and to his eternal credit, he is bringing a resolution before the General Assembly of the United Nations in an emergency session. Okay? He is going back to and using 477A, uniting for peace. This is in order to circumvent the use of the USA's veto in the Security Council. All right, so it's extremely and supremely important. This is the one chance that we have to stop the genocide of our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Okay, the resolution will demand that we, the peoples of this United Nations, send a peacekeeping force to Gaza to put an end to the genocide and to end the illegal occupation of all Palestinian lands by the rogue state of Israel.
So, yeah, and I wanted to add that that was the Jill Stein promotion that she had put together, where she had Jeffrey Sachs. It was a 2-day online seminar that she put together 2 weeks ago. And that's what this is about, the Lifeline for Palestine. So now it has, at least it sounds like it's going to happen. Whether they get people to join this volunteer army, we'll see. But that's what that was about. So for folks who say, what's Jill Stein doing? She's doing plenty.
Yeah, she's trying to get them to the General Assembly to pass a UN resolution to go send peacekeeping forces to save Gaza.
Right. But Kamala's got a really nice book out. Yeah. Gossipy book. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I can't even say her name anymore. Sorry. It's just like whenever, I wanted to go work the polls, I had to choose, red fascism or blue capitulation. I couldn't even get words out, so I didn't do it. I'm like, I'm not either. I'm independent. I'm Green Party, or call me an independent, but they wouldn't even let you help out if you're not in one of those. And they're the same. They're basically the same. One hand is hand in glove. They work together. They make sure they all get rich. That's what it's about. I'm talking about leadership. I'm not talking about the voters. Voters can change their minds, And this is why we do this live stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are we
I
putting
was
up?
gonna put up the Stop Genocide graphic is in the wrong format. I just want
Oh, well.
really like that stuff. It's a web thing.
Oh,
bring it
okay.
up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing graphics.
Yeah.
No, it was really pretty. It
Well,
was,
this one's a good one.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, it was really hard to get the final word. Maybe you know more, Edie. I get so angry. There was a fake AI video about it, like a boat out there and people getting supplies at Gaza. And someone said, that's AI.
Oh, is that the one I posted?
No. This was
Okay.
a different one. And there was the post from one of the boats of the flotilla saying that because I guess Israel had to deal with the flotillas, that they weren't watching the waters, and so people got to fish. So I think that they actually did get food. And yeah, it was, I mean, I guess we'll find out the details in a few days, but it, like one said that one boat got through and had escaped for hours. Okay, well, if you had it for hours, then I guess you didn't get through. I don't know. It was really hard to understand what has happened, but I did see the meme. There are people from 46 different countries in Israel's jail right now. Where are those 46 countries calling to get their citizens out of the Israeli jail? Right? 46 countries.
They were kidnapped.
Thank you.
They are hostages of Israel. Release the hostages.
Right. Thank you, Edie. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I
mean, being held hostage.
Yep.
We're trying to give aid to starving babies.
Yeah.
And people.
Where are these
so this was,
countries?
This graphic was from The Revolution Continues. We've Got the Power.
Okay.
So you can see that graphic of the shore. Even if it's an art piece, it's still cool. And it's the same thing, you know. We've got the power. Oftentimes we don't realize that all is not lost. We haven't hit a roadblock like we thought. There is a path forward. This is one of those times. The Uniting for Peace resolution was made at the United Nations General Assembly this past week by Colombian President Gustavo Petro. He is now talking to other countries, such as the ones that comprise the Hague Group, to build a protective force for Gaza. The U.S. has since revoked Petro's visa for his courage to speak so boldly at the UN. An illegal move, but what would you expect of Trump?
Yeah.
More nations have recognized Palestine as a state than ever before. Spain, Italy, and recently Turkey have sent naval escorts to protect the Global Sumud Flotilla. Every large city in Italy has held massive pro-Palestinian protests, and the longshoremen have vowed to go on strike to prevent transport of military supplies to Israel. So even if the Western governments look like they're not doing anything much to end the genocide in Gaza, there are some tiny incremental changes happening for the better that will lead to a positive outcome. Yeah, I know what's happening seems very little and very late in the game, but it's what we got. Yeah. Now is the time to play our cards well and pull out all the stops, no holding back. Let those horses run free. Sorry for the mix of metaphors. I'm writing this in the car while traveling home for my brother's wedding. Little sleep over the weekend didn't help either. And then Kimmy asked to send an email. I don't know. I don't do emails, but
yeah. And I think Kimmy's talking about the Colombian president's speech, which I only caught a little tiny bit of it. So yeah. And then I heard that there's another flotilla, like not from the same group. That there's a new.
It's already set sail.
Yeah, there's a new group of boats that are out there. So
it started out with one boat, then a couple boats, and then 50 boats. Next time it'll be 1,000 boats. Next time it'll be 1 million boats. You know.
But we'll see. There's little signs of hope. I mean, compared to the horrific. Yeah. It doesn't even cover the news. I think it's an average of 50 to 100 people a day are getting killed in Gaza City. So it's horrific right now.
And how would we be able to cover that? Oh wait, they don't let anybody in to cover it.
Right. Or they kill them.
And by the way, there's somebody from Illinois on the
Yes.
veteran boat.
Yes.
Did you want to cover that next?
Yeah, sure. If I can find it.
Oh, and also, Jewish activists blocked the Brooklyn Bridge, demanding arms embargo on Israel. So good job. Yeah, this is from Kimberly's Substack. A former Marine puts down her arms and sets sail to Gaza on a humanitarian mission. They already intercepted the flotilla. At 11:24 a.m., whatever day this was, I received a message on Signal from Jessica Clotfelter, a former Marine and resident of Windsor, Illinois, who is at sea on a small boat to Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid. She is part of the fleet of 50 boats on the Global Sumud Flotilla. The flotilla is trying to break Israel's blockade of aid to the Palestinian people that they have been murdering for 724 days.
Yeah. So obviously it's older news, but we wanted to include it because she is from Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully we can talk to her about if, when she is released as a hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Greg Stoker is also there. I have seen
Greta Thunberg.
Greta. I've seen pictures of Greta. Yeah.
They've been saying awful things about her because she wants peace,
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, so is that a picture of her?
This is Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go, Jessica.
Yeah.
U.S.
All right.
Marine, baby. Support the troops.
Yeah. There you go.
The troops fighting for actual peace. So we did want to leave on a positive note.
Yes.
Like what Scott was talking about. I just saw this and wanted to. We started out with something a little silly, even though it's super serious, and I want to leave you with a positive note because we are solutions based. The flotilla enabled these people to catch some fish. So I don't know if you can find that, but it's the very last thing we have on there.
What is it?
Food
reaches Gaza. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. That
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So what we do matters. What we do matters. These are ordinary people that got on a boat and said, "I'm going to Gaza." Why? Because the governments won't do it.
Unexpected, amazing thing came out of this flotilla that was a humanitarian mission designed to bring food to the Gazans, right? Well, the Gazans did get fed in one small way. The flotilla took the sights of the IOF off of the Gazans, who were allowed to fish for the first time. And boy, did they fish. Take a look. Among them.
So that is so great.
It continues.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I saw that last night and had to put it in the show. I was out and I almost started crying in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was overwhelming to see them actually get some food.
Oh. Something
so basic. And, my friend and I were talking, how is that different? It's like full on, it's out in the open there. But how is that different from kicking people off their health care and, not giving them enough money to survive? And Trump also took food away, like donations away from food banks.
Yeah.
So, some people they deem deserving and some people they don't.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's democracy. I think it's pretty far away from that.
Well, humanity.
Democracy, humanity, being a basic human, instead of a whatever he
Ghoul.
is. Yeah. So, like the guest we had on Wednesday, LaShawn, she's like, it's a food apartheid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just food deserts. Some people are allowed to eat, others aren't.
Yeah, right.
And I don't want us to get to that space. as a regular person, you can only do so much. You can't help all the homeless people. You can't, force the minimum wage to raise, but as a group, we can do all of that. So
Absolutely.
who was our guest on Wednesday?
Liddell, her campaign is called Feed 'em All, which is based on the Black Panther Cubs Free 'em All campaign. So she does gardens and gives food away as mutual aid. And so we're going to have her on talking about Black Panther Cubs and her work. She's got another organization that had a bill that got rid of solitary confinement in Illinois. So yeah, so it should be a good conversation. So looking forward to that.
Very much related to what we talked about on Wednesday.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were talking about trying to end the law in Chicago where people couldn't have gardens in their front yard. Sometimes your front yard's all you got to work with.
Yeah, and right, Liddell will also be talking about her fights with some local city administrations about that issue. Yeah. So.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
don't
thanks
lose
everybody.
Hope. Don't, like Bree says, keep the faith, but look at your bank account, figure out what you can do to remove the money from the system that is hurting the world and your neighbor and possibly yourself. So we got to stop giving them money. And then anything you save, we're hoping you're going to donate it to the Green Party because we will get in there and fight for you.
Yeah.
We're not going to be bought out by corporations. So, and thank you everyone. Hope it was informative and, peace.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around, everybody. I know sometimes our shows go a little long, but yeah.
If the world was a better place right now, we would have less to report.
Yeah.
I would like to do a whole show on good news, but we got to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
An uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising. Fight the power. It's an uprising. Fight the power.